My husband told me while drunk that he is in love with my sister. Yesterday, we had dinner with my sister Jane and her husband, and we all had a lot to drink. After Jane and her husband left, my husband and I had fun time. Neither of us were tired, so we continued drinking a bit of wine, listening to music in the background, and everything was amazing, or so I thought. My husband was smiling and in a good mood. He is always like that when he is drunk. We talked about Jane and her husband. He just suddenly said,
"I'm so in love with Jane."
I said what? He said,
"I'm so desperately in love with Jane. What I would do to taste her lips. She is brilliant."
He looked dreamy and was still smiling. I said, "How drunk are you?" He said, "Probably plenty." I was drunk too, but still, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I just sat silent there, and he too was in his own world, with a smile etched on his face. He looked like he was a million miles away. I went to bed. This morning all memories came rushing, and now I'm not drunk. It hit me even more what he said. I'm horrified and my heart is in pieces. He hasn't mentioned anything and is acting normal if yet hangover. I don't know what to do now. He has always had a good relationship with my sister with mutual respect. Should I ignore his drunken comments? Was that just him being drunk? Should I wait for him to start talking? Not sure he even remembers. What about the fun time we just had? Something was different, even though I loved it, and I thought it was one of the best cheeks clapping of my life. He was different, passionate, tender, and loving, and he kept saying, "I love you. You are brilliant." P.S. My sister has always been modest and tomboyish, but she has lost 25 kilograms and have been working out for a year. She had a form-fitting red dress yesterday with red lips. She looked stunning, and we all gave her compliments about it. She was very happy about it. I don't know why I included this. I thought maybe it's relevant. Update. I talked to my husband. He said he didn't remember a lot about that night, especially after my sister and her husband left and we continued drinking. I told him what he said and he didn't look shocked nor surprised, just that he didn't remember saying anything. I asked him if he felt it before we started drinking. He said that he always loved my sister because she is kind and warm. Then he said that he thought she looked very beautiful and probably his drunken self thought she was hot. He said it is normal that people are curious about the opposite gender. He said that he always thought she is beautiful because all my family is good looking, but her weight loss gave her confidence and she looked happy and he was happy for her. I asked him if he could choose between us, and he was shocked and said that I was his wife and the mother of his children, and he loved me. So I asked him if he just had met us. I wasn't his wife or anything, and my sister wasn't married. He said that this was getting ridiculous, and he hated playing the hypothetical games because people get worked up, fight about things that aren't really real. After dinner, he said that he loved me very much, and he is happy. And I shouldn't overthink what he said when he was too drunk to even know who or where he was. I'm just not sure.
Here are the top comments.
Drunk words are sober thoughts. Well, a conversation absolutely needs to be had, like it or not. Preferably when you're not hungover and it's quiet and have time to dive deep into it. 'Cause that's an issue for sure.
Your husband isn't smooth or a good liar. I would believe him and take it as face value. I would not answer like an idiot.
His reaction is what's throwing me off here. If I were told by my partner that I did something like that whilst drunk, I would apologize profusely and reassure them that it was said in a drunken state. I wouldn't be all blaze about it and make them seem like they're overreacting. Then again, I'm also a firm believer that drunken words are sober thoughts. You have a right to overthink after he said what he did about your sister, drunk or not.
I've just read the previous post too, and that's the part that gets me. How OP says that that was the best clapping cheeks she had. But what if he was thinking that was her sister?
It's the she's brilliant right after you're brilliant. Just no, I would never be able to get over that. He thought he was sleeping with the sister.
His lack of surprise makes it seem as though he's had these thoughts and feelings for a while. The fact that he wasn't even worried about your feelings should also be an issue. Of course, it's normal to be curious about people of the opposite gender, but that's not what this is. Because your family is good looking is a BS excuse. At the end of the day, he neither apologized to you, asked you about your thoughts or feelings, comforted you, nor told you he would choose you. He's too cowardly to take responsibility and tell you the truth. The only person you can trust right now is yourself. You're going to have to listen to your gut. I am so sorry this is happening. No one deserves to experience this.